Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host of the 8th at Innovate competition, Rondu Vincent.
Welcome, DA4S family. I'm Rondu Vincent, Executive Director of Supplier Diversity and Sustainability with Bristol Myers Squibb. We're excited to be back here, although virtually, for the DA4S annual 8th at Innovate competition. While we may be virtual, the participation has been strong, and we are looking forward to sharing the outstanding diverse suppliers that have pivoted well in this new competition format. Now let's get started by introducing our judges. First, we'll start with Pam Isom of ICE Safety. And by the way, Pam was the 2019 winner of the 8th to Innovate. Pam?
Great, thank you, Rondu. My name is Pamela Isom, President, CEO of In Case of Emergency.
Next up, Cam.
Thanks, Rondu. I'm a Senior Regional Category Manager over at Novartis, managing all things digital marketing. It's my first time at this DA4S event, and I'm excited to be here.
Thank you, Cam. Monica, veteran judge here.
Hi, great to be back. My name is Monica King. I'm the founder and CEO of Innovators Box, and I'm super excited to hear today's stories in Pitch and Pivot.
Mayank, across the pond, my friend, welcome.
Rondu, great to be here. And my name is Mayank Shah. I'm the founder and CEO of Minority Supplier Development UK. And I'm looking forward to today's competition. You know, one of the things that we have learned of COVID is that we can all come together virtually wherever we are. So the physical distance doesn't make any difference. So I'm really excited to hear all the innovative solutions that are on offer today.
Thank you, Mayank. JT.
Thank you so much, Rondu. JT John Taylor. I'm the director of the Medtronic Supplier Diversity Initiative, also the SBLO. Thank you.
Thank you. And last but not least, it would be myself. I'm not only the moderator, but I'm also a judge and looking forward to the competition. I would also like to thank Sherry Shafir with Novartis for reviewing feedback with all of the top 8 after the first round of pitches. The suppliers were providing valuable feedback for their submissions and on how to improve their final pitch. Now, let's meet our 2020 top 8 innovators. August Research, Intellect, Inspired Health Strategies, Insight, Slate Belt Safety, Valdez Engineering Company, Wet Cement, and TRANQUIL Clinical Research. Congrats on making the top 2020 innovators. Now, let's roll to the pitches.
Please welcome top innovator, August Research.
Hi, I'm Dana Lefnijelska, CEO and co-founder of August Research. We're a CRO conducting clinical trials in Europe for our US pharmaceutical clients. My team and I have been working in this region for nearly 20 years, and we have special expertise in the countries of Central and Eastern Europe. Now, selecting a CRO to run a clinical trial is not a decision that our clients take lightly. You don't buy these services on Amazon, you don't go with the lowest cost bidder. It's a long process to build trust and confidence, especially for companies whose whole future may ride on the success of a single clinical trial. Honestly, it's a bit like getting married. You don't just swipe right and swipe left to make this decision. Historically, we used face-to-face networking events and conferences to build trust, meet our clients. Here I am in front of the booth that we use at a lot of those trade shows and events. But boom, the pandemic has changed everything for everyone, and we know that face-to-face meetings will not be coming back in the foreseeable future. So we needed to pivot and innovate to meet our new reality. We needed to find a way to communicate our expertise in a personal way to our clients and stay on their radar. At the same time, our clients needed to pivot to figure out a way to keep their clinical trials moving in the middle of a global pandemic. So we developed a series of webinars, which we recorded live and then posted to our website. And in these sessions, we showed our data about the differences in how the pandemic was affecting Europe and the United States. Here's some of the data that I presented, updated to this month. You can see the dramatic difference in the way that Europe was affected, with a much lower rate of deaths per 100,000 population. Now, if you want to learn what accounts for this difference, well, then you're going to have to watch my webinar where I explain all the details. These COVID differences add one more reason to consider working in Europe for clinical trials, on top of the existing benefits, including faster enrollment, more compliant patients, and very motivated doctors to participate in trials. I'm an entrepreneur, and I sold my prior CRO to one of the biggest companies in the industry. At this point, I and all of my staff have worked both at the big companies and in our smaller environment. I know that we have the same expertise as the elephants in our industry, but we work with the speed and agility of the mice that live downstairs in my basement. Since the pandemic started, multiple clients have added our services and our countries to their ongoing trials to help them move along faster and to keep those big guys honest. We've also started working on a couple of COVID trials. So contact me to find out more about how we can help you with your global trial success. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we'll turn it over to the judges for feedback. How about we start with Pam?
Great. Well, congratulations to August Research. I really loved your creativity and being able to stand in front of your trade show booth and really give me an understanding of what you do throughout Europe in terms of clinical trials. So great job, great pivot, and great production.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pam. How about we go to Monica?
Echoing the same sentiment, I just want to also shout out, I love that you actually did examples in your presentation, and it piqued my complete curiosity. And now I want to figure out and learn more about the data that you're bringing up. We're absolutely needing to learn more about all and be informed. And so thank you for sharing how you pivoted, but also keeping us informed so we can make better decisions.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Monica. We'll go to Mayank. We're talking about, clinical trials in Europe.
Yes, that's something that interested me. Really great presentation. And, considering that we are all distancing ourselves and living in a virtual world, you are going out and doing clinical research and across the pond, this is great to see. And that's what I loved about your presentation. Well done.
Thank you, Mayank. Cam.
Awesome job. Just sort of, working in the current state of the world right now and helping us understand the successes you had previously as a CRO and, what you can bring to the table, bring in all the resources you have in Europe. So great job.
Thank you.
JT.
Thank you so much. Dana, really liked the creativity that you had. And in my world, it is so great when we can introduce a supplier that has examples, that has metrics, that provides that data, so the business owners can begin to make very quantitative decisions with the information that you have. So that's very good. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that, JT. And I'll give a little bit of feedback here as well. And, I thought it was a solid presentation and makes a strong case for why trials should continue overseas. And as Cam mentioned, you certainly mentioned the relevancy of what's going on now and making sure that trials are back on track because there's patients that need the assistance. So I think that pivot is exceptional, and you made a great case for it. So thank you very much for that. I certainly appreciate it.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Kitty Watson with Intellect.
Please welcome top innovator, Intellect.
When George Floyd was killed, I reached out to my Black friends, colleagues, and clients. What I heard brought me to my knees. And when one person said, "Kitty, don't let your voice be silent," I listened. In June, when I was asked to speak at the Financial Services Roundtable, I asked if I could talk on bridge builders for social justice. That yes led to a whole new practice area for us. I'm Kitty Watson, president and founder of Intellect Inc. For over 30 years, we've offered customized solutions to grow leaders, teams, and cultures. Did you know that in 2019, there were over 76,000 EEOC discrimination cases in the U.S. at a cost of over $359 billion, and that most of those were related to racial injustice? Also, when George Floyd was killed, 90% of corporations reached out externally to support racial justice issues. Unfortunately, those corporations didn't do the same thing internally, and 81% of employees say that if they were to bring up a discrimination issue, that most of their leaders would listen with blame, shame, or defensiveness. Well-intentioned leaders are making mistakes, and many of those have reached out to us to know what to say and how to say it. Our Bridge Builders for Social Justice program is helping to address institutional racism. In addition to that, building listening leaders to have uncomfortable conversation using radical empathy, listening without defensiveness, and the courage to act to make a difference. Our content is based on listening to the wisdom of community leaders such as police officers, board members of historically Black colleges and universities, as well as racial justice institutes. We send in diverse teams to work with diverse teams within organizations. And we are uniquely prepared to deal with listening and empathy because we have been the industry leader in listening products and services for over 30 years. And our listening books, 6 of which I have written of the 15, are on listening and were published in HBR, People in Strategy, Chief Learning Officer, to mention a few. We've been giving money back to social justice issues from our profits for over 10 years, and now those same profits will be going to racial justice issues. We know that our Bridge Builders for Social Justice programs can make a difference to reduce the litigation risk in corporations, to build a culture of belonging, and to make an organization that we all can be proud of.
Thank you, Kitty and Intellect. Now we'll open it up for questions or feedback from the judges, and we'll start with JT.
Thank you so much, Rhonda and Kitty. Really appreciate how you addressed your video. Again, I think it's fantastic to bring in the specifics. Those of us that are certainly in procurement, it's always about the cost savings, and talking about $359 billion and social injustice and what that meant in terms of actual costs. Really, really good. I also like where you discussed having those uncomfortable conversations and the empathy, and certainly we all realize that that reputation preceding yourself and the books that you've written, and having those in the HBR series, I think that's excellent. So thank you very much for the video. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Jake.
Great. Kitty, I love what you did with the pivot and with the pitch. And what I really want to say that I was inspired with your pitch is there's a saying that says when you lead with your heart, that your success will follow. And if you love what you do and do what you love, and that's what is really evident in the pitch. And so thank you very much for taking the strength of your heart and making that something that could really make a difference in the procurement process.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Pam, and I'll just chime in here as well. And from my perspective, obviously there's a lot going on, and I think it's a much needed engagement at this time. And it seems as if you are addressing it with an authentic passion for helping create change, which is absolutely paramount. And I think it also shows your allyship in this fight and in this struggle. So I certainly appreciate it, and great presentation, Kitty.
Thank you, Rhonda.
Next up, we have Inspired Health Strategies.
Please welcome top innovator, Inspired Health Strategies.
I'm Diane Bryson with Inspired Health Strategies, a patient engagement consultancy. And I'm Jessica Gaffney with WaveWork, a SaaS platform that transforms the way sports teams engage with their most valuable clientele.
I have been in pharma for 30 years. The last 15 I've spent trying to help companies become a lot more patient-centered. I have used technology to help improve how people manage their health, how to improve adherence rates, and I thought there had to be a way to do this in terms of making clinical trials more diverse. COVID has also shut down clinical trials because people can't show up. There's no remote patient monitoring component. And then again, I said, well, darn, there has to be some technology that can help to serve those two purposes. And then I met Jessica.
And I'm so grateful that we did meet. The WaveWork behavioral analytics platform originated in high-end sports hospitality management. Developed based on my 20-year career experience in the sports hospitality industry, the platform digitally transforms outdated manual processes to create greater convenience for today's professionals and their customers. By creating greater efficiency, WaveWork delivers a better human experience that drives down costs, increasing profitability, driving engagement, and increasing revenue and retention. We realize the future of patient engagement will be defined by increased access, and this highly customizable platform will deliver an elevated user experience in healthcare. When a global pandemic shut down all sports and live event experiences, a spark was ignited to repurpose the platform for a greater good, to service the healthcare and life sciences industry.
With the combination of my experience in the industry and our WaveWork platform, we are innovating how clinical trials are recruited and maintained. Unlike any other platform, WaveWork provides an opportunity to engage with 3 different levels of stakeholders: the community-based organization, their members, as well as the sponsor, the pharmaceutical company. Most platforms only allow for 2 different stakeholders. Over time, we work with that community-based organization. We learn more about their behavior. We're able to create a 2-way conversation. We help the people who are using the app better understand the value of participating in clinical trials. Then by the time the company is ready to recruit, they already have relationships with this organization. Our customers are clinical operations people, along with commercial teams within life sciences companies. The WaveWork platform can cut recruitment time by 50%, increase retention rates by 100%, reduce sunk costs by 30%, and increase operating income by 50%.
Our comprehensive solution is revolutionizing patient discovery for increased diversity in clinical trials, delivering real-world data in real time. Thank you for taking the time to learn about WaveWork Behavioral Analytics Platform.
Thank you very much. Let's go to the judges. Monica.
Yes. Wow. I mean, thank you very much for the work that the both of you are doing. As an entrepreneur, I was super pumped, not only that you're problem solving, but you're collaborating and innovating. And that in itself, I think that's huge. And so, frankly, I am newer to the pharma world than some of our other judges, but for me to still understand the value you provide, I thought that was powerful storytelling. And most importantly, how you are bringing both of your strengths to collaborate and solve on that. And so just wanted to say congratulations on the work that you've already done and what more you'll be able to do to help solve these problems for many stakeholders right now.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Next, we'll go to Cam, my friendly competition in the pharmaceutical industry.
Thanks, Randu. So great job, Dan, and your partner. You both really highlighted the benefits of this WaveWork platform. I think it's a very interesting approach. I love how you can now collaborate with multiple communities and sort of have a central location for all of the information. We're obviously really, really keen on creating diverse environments to recruit from and having a really good, well-rounded picture of our recruits. So this is a really exciting way to make that happen. Thanks.
Good. Thank you. I've been in the industry for a while, and as I said on the video, and I know this has been needed for quite some time.
Absolutely.
How about we toss it over to Mayank?
You know, Dan, fantastic presentation. What I liked about is that you are using 2 complementary skill sets to come together. It's a perfect example of how minority businesses with complementary skills can come together to provide a complete solution and enhanced solution. And I wish that we have more such collaboration across the pond also, because why can't we go it global and make it global and have partnerships across the pond? So I'm looking forward to finding you a partner in UK over here.
Good. We'll work on that. We appreciate
Thank
that.
Thank you, Mayank. You know, we always value that ex-US perspective, and you always bring it, and certainly appreciate it. So thank you for that. Up next, we have Rena from Insight.
Please welcome top innovator, Insight.
So, how many more Zoom meetings do you have today? What if I told you that your next meeting could be different? That instead of simply joining a typical web conference, you can have a memorable online experience. With one click, you can enter a fully immersive virtual world where you can interact with customers in real time. You can walk into an auditorium and listen to an expert present the latest news on vaccines and therapies. Need more space? With a click of a button, you can adjust the number of seats in any virtual space from 10 to 10,000 with ease. Do you prefer face-to-face? Choose to video chat at any time with individuals or multiple contacts at once, and you can have the best of both worlds. Or stroll through an expansive expo hall with branded booths, offering next level opportunities for promoting your product, sharing your data, and catching up with colleagues from across the globe. Exhibit halls, theaters, classrooms, offices, the possibilities are endless and the flexibility is incredible. Worried about too much noise? Integrated position-based technology helps focus what you see and hear so that attention is always on the person right in front of you. Worried that you and your customers aren't extremely tech savvy? Just pull a ticket and a tech support will immediately appear to answer your question. That certainly doesn't happen outside the virtual world. So how does it work? When you enter the campus, you arrive as an avatar that displays your name and affiliation along with an appearance you customize. No more worrying about lighting or green screens. You can also assign clearance levels, controlling a user's access to certain rooms while still giving everyone an opportunity to connect in public areas. And with this technology, the cost savings alone are incomparable. No printing, no food and beverage, no additional charges for adjusting event sizes. And the benefits go beyond the balance sheet. This space offers long-term utility that will keep the conversation and interaction going. I'm Rena Yasuda, founder and CEO of Insight Interactive, a strategic medical communications agency based in Los Angeles. Over the past 25 years, in addition to managing medical meetings and developing scientific content, we have helped our clients in the pharmaceutical and biotech industries utilize technology in the right way at the right time. Our clients needed more advanced capabilities to effectively engage and cultivate relationships, something traditional platforms and even competitors do not offer. We identified a way to change remote connections into actual engagements by forming a critical partnership built to offer exceptional service in the healthcare industry. So come out of your boxes and join me in the world today.
Thank you, Rena and Insight. Since I'm one of the judges, I'll kick this one off. So I really like the technology, and I think this is a truly innovative and, quite frankly, a timely piece of tech. I think it gets us out of our norm of the traditional virtual meeting setting and gives some life and oomph to the virtual environment. And since we're quite frankly going to be here for a while in this virtual environment, I think it really adds a little bit of spice that corporations can take advantage of. So thank you very much for the presentation. Looking forward to learning more, and we'll turn it over to Pam.
Great, thank you, Rena. So definitely your technology pulls at my heartstrings because my company has virtual reality and 360 safety training. So what I want to say that you did really well with the pitch was make it very specific to life science about how we can even get updates with medical updates. Like, I love that. The other thing that I love that can be scary with VR is you made it very simple, just one click and you're in and you can change your avatar Love that. Always be really specific in your pitch and make sure that technology always looks really seamless and easy for the user who's going to be absorbing it. So bravo, great job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pam. We'll turn it over to Monica.
Rena, echo the same way as well. And as somebody who actually does a lot of facilitation, I'm always looking for fun, creative ideas. And so immediately when you shared that and how you were reshackling that, I loved it. In addition to what Pam has highlighted, I love that you gave specific examples and even catching the logos in the little backdrop and different visuals. And so I think seeing the different examples, how you're navigating and empowering us is really great, and look forward to learning more. So thank you for the work and the pivot that you've done.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We can go to the next video.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, DA, for us.
Next up is Robert Williams with Slate Belt Safety.
Please welcome top innovator, Slate Belt Safety.
Hi there. My name is Bob Williams with Slate Belt Safety. We market and manufacture prescription safety glasses to the pharmaceutical industry and others. How many of you would have predicted that wearing a mask would become a part of our everyday lives? And for those of us who wear glasses, another challenge has come to the forefront: fogged up lenses. Allow me to demonstrate how a lens reacts with and without our fog-free coating. I'm going to use the hot air test. A crystal clear lens. A lens without our fog-free coating. Let's explore why glasses fog up. When warm air comes into contact with a cool surface, condensation can form. If you've ever walked into a warm building after being out in the cold, you may have experienced the fogging of your lenses. Why is fogging such an issue with a mask? Well, when we breathe into the mask, we have very warm air that escapes through the top. When that happens and comes into contact with cool lenses, we get the fog effect. Recently, I've read about a couple of potential remedies besides our anti-fog coating. You can use your glasses to seal your mask. The problem there is it can change our visual acuity, especially for those of us who wear multifocal lenses. Secondly, you can tape your mask. Well, frankly, that's just not very pleasant and could be a potential skin irritant. Lastly, you could try a new breathing technique. Take your top lip, put it over your bottom, and breathe downward like you were playing the flute. Kind of like this. Well, that's not very fun either. The best option is our anti-fog coating. It's factory applied, which means there's no reapplication. The coating can be combined with an enhanced scratched or anti-reflective coating. There's no taping of your mask, there's no adjustment of glasses, and there's no special breathing techniques required. Let's remember that fogged up lenses can be a safety hazard which can lead to an accident. And according to the National Safety Council, the average workers' compensation claim between 2016 and 2018 was just over $40,000. The cost to apply our anti-fog coating, $75. That means an average workers' compensation claim could fund over 500 pairs of glasses with our anti-fog coating. By the way, we have a 1-year warranty with the coatings, no questions asked. We'll replace your lenses one single time. We look forward to bringing our prescription safety glasses and our innovative coatings to your associates. We have one goal. We want your folks to be safe today so they can enjoy tomorrow.
Thank you, Bob and Slate Belt. Now we'll go to the judges and we'll start over with Cam.
Great presentation, Bob. Something that I really liked is just how practical it is. You really spelled everything out for us. You made it relatable. Even though I'm wearing contacts right now, I wear glasses, and I can imagine, particularly in a lab setting, how frustrating it would be to have the fogging and, frankly, what a safety hazard it is. So great presentation, making it just so super practical and relatable, highlighting warranty, highlighting the other features. Definitely nice work.
Thank you.
Great. Yeah, thank you so much. I worked in the lab. I wore regular glasses, safety glasses. I've been running around with my mask. You know, it has been really difficult. But here's what you did in the pitch that really got me, that I loved, is you gave me a case study and you proved it to me. Because I was a little on the fence, like, okay, does it really work? But when you did that test and proved that to me, like live, slam dunk. Do that every time. Always give a case study and prove your innovation work. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Bob. JT, and I think you again did a fantastic job. So I did put my glasses on so you can understand how I have to deal with this as well every day, every second of the day. It is so challenging. And like a number have already mentioned, when you can truncate your really your point and deliver that message along with, as Pam talked about, a case study in that relatively short period of time, that's a winner.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, JT, and Bob. Thanks a lot. You know, I think I cheated and have my contacts in right now, but I struggle with that. You know, day in and day out. Whenever I'm going into the a grocery store or wherever I am, with that mask and glasses combo. So we appreciate you, and I think this is going to help a lot of individuals out in this frustrating environment right now. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Thank you, Randu.
Next up, we'll go to Karim with TRANQUIL Clinical Research.
Please welcome top innovator, TRANQUIL Clinical Research.
Good day, everyone. My name is Kareem Mohammed. I'm the founder and CEO of TRANQUIL Clinical Research. I'm so very excited to take part in the 8th at Innovate competition with DA4S. TRANQUIL Clinical Research is a small, unique contract research organization. We focus on quality, always doing the right thing, and ensuring our patients are safe while on study. We innovate in so many ways. One example of our innovation is with our state-of-the-art Phase 1 Inpatient Clinical Trial Center. Our patients want to be in our Phase 1 unit, whether it's 5 minutes, 24 hours, or even 35 days. We provide our patients with amenities better than those they can find in their own home and equal to those found in a 5-star resort. We provide patient concierge services that pick up our patients, take them home upon completion of the study, and provide those items that they may need while they stay in our Phase 1 inpatient unit. Additionally, our Phase 1 unit is strategically located within 15 minutes of the world's largest medical center here in Houston, Texas, and surrounded by 9 university systems. This allows our Phase 1 unit to easily enroll in any Phase 1 clinical trial that we take on. Another example of our innovation is with our employees. We know that our employees provide an essential service. Therefore, we take the best care of our employees than any other company in this industry. That starts with us paying the entire benefits suite for our employees, which includes health, vision, dental, long-term disability, short-term disability, and life insurance. Every employee at the top of the year gets 3 weeks of vacation, 16 paid holidays, 8 sick days or mental health days, and 1 volunteerism day. We work to ensure that our employees are cared for and trained. Our training is the most innovative platform in the industry. We train once a month, virtually, and twice a year in person. In the spring, we meet in NASA. In the fall, we meet in Disney World. We work hard, we play hard, and we train hard. On every single study that we bring on, whether we've done that indication once or 100 times, we bring on a clinician who's a strategic advisor paid by TRANQUIL to train our team on the indication, prognostics, diagnostics, how to ensure risk mitigation, and patient safety on that study. We do that for every single clinical trial. As you can see, TRANQUIL Clinical Research is an innovative company. My name is Kareem Mohammed. I'm the CEO and founder of TRANQUIL Clinical Research.
Thank you, Karim. Let's go to our judges. Start off with Mayank.
Kareem, a fantastic presentation and pitch. What I loved about your pitch was not only just pivoting your business to meet the current requirement, but what attracted me, what got my attention was how you are treating your employees, and how you're supporting them. Because when we talk about supplier diversity, we talk about minority businesses also making a huge social impact. It's the ripple effect, it's a multiplier effect. And I think that's what stood out for me, that how you are also treating and supporting your employees. So hats off to you. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayank. And I'll jump in here as well. I think being in the pharma industry, we work each and every day for our patients and our patients' outcomes. And when you can ensure as much as possible that the patient experience is done well, then I think you've come full circle and you're doing a really solid job. Because I think we talk about clinical trials, but how is the patient being taken care of or feeling appreciated and being able to thrive in a welcome and warm environment? I think you're creating that. And to Mayank's point, certainly the way you're treating your employees leads to retention, and retention is consistency, and consistency, particularly in a clinical trial, we all know is absolutely paramount. So thank you for that, and we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Cam.
Unmute. Yes. Hey, Karim, thank you so much. I also really appreciate you sort of highlighting all of the resources you have at your fingertips, being in the Houston area, and having all those wonderful partnerships. It really sells the offering a lot, very, very well and very clearly. I think you guys are doing some really great work, and absolutely something we could take advantage of.
Awesome. Look forward to it.
Just one last point, Rondou, and I don't see this often enough, but Cameron has been able to really bring back what the essence of supplier diversity is supposed to be. A lot of times we're just counting numbers, counting dollars, but to really understand that, okay, we have individuals who are now given the opportunity to really follow through with what supplier diversity is supposed to be. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, JT. Certainly appreciate that. And I absolutely share in that sentiment, right? It's the full continuum of supply diversity. So it's all about the dollars and cents, but you also need to really think about how you're impacting and changing lives. And that's what it's all about. So thank you very much for that. Next up, we have Jillian with Valdez Engineering Company.
Please welcome top innovator, Valdez Engineering Company.
Valdez Engineering Company brings innovative technical solutions to the life sciences industry. We partner with you to support your production facility needs. We recently completed a major project for a life science company that found themselves in a dilemma with limited staff and a design that needed to be reworked. Valdez was able to quickly mobilize our team and reduce the timeline of the project from 1 to 2 years to 8 months, saving the client time and money. We used our experience and capabilities to guide the project through the remainder of engineering and startup and commissioning, and complete the project on schedule. As consulting engineers, we bring to your business the collective experiences of multiple industries and thousands of projects. We also bring innovative technical solutions, including laser scanning, 3D modeling, and analysis tools that allow us to compress project schedules and minimize construction costs.
Valdez Engineering Company invests in the technology to increase accuracy in our design. We have these technologies in-house and can mobilize them quickly to limit costly field visits to save you time and money. Through reality capture, 3D modeling, and finite element analysis, we streamline the design process to deliver projects on time and under budget. Our design process begins by determining the existing conditions using our 3D laser scanning and/or our drone imagery. In the case of a life science facility, we would perform multiple laser scans of the area to capture a 3D image of the facility in one field visit. Traditional measuring methods require the cost of additional equipment and time and come with the risk of injury. 3D scanning allows us to measure hard-to-reach places safely and within 2 to 4 millimeter accuracy. Drones can be used to take aerial imagery to within 0.5 inch to 1 inch accuracy. This means we improve your safety performance while providing a precise design. Upon completion of the field scans, registration is performed to create one contiguous point cloud or 3D image. After building a proposed design model, we can perform a clash detection between the model and point cloud to determine any interferences. We can visually inspect problem areas and address discrepancies virtually, lowering travel costs and person-to-person interactions during a pandemic. The design model can be imported directly into finite element analysis software and tested against specific industry codes. The model can be used once again to create renderings, fly-throughs, or virtual reality simulations to better visualize the design. By being proactive in identifying problems before they occur, we can lower overall construction costs and decrease project timelines. We utilized this design process on a recent cooling tower replacement project at a major facility. Valdez was engaged to deliver the project as engineer of record and owner's project manager. Our project management and design approach, as well as a client-centric mindset, allowed our client to avoid rental of a temporary cooling tower. This resulted in an estimated cost savings of $5 million, as well as schedule compression and improved overall safety from reduced field labor time. We're looking forward to showing you how our innovative solutions can add value to your projects.
Thank you. And now we'll go right to the judges. How about we start with JT?
Thanks so much, Randu. Jillian, this presentation absolutely jumped off the map. I took orthographic projection in engineering school, and there was nothing like this video. It's absolutely fantastic. You were able to really bring us through to get a clear, concise understanding. And I know engineers within procurement would absolutely love to be able to see this. So thank you very much for bringing it to life.
Thank you, JT. Let me jump in as well. I think when, with my procurement hat on, one thing I'm thinking of is obviously cost savings, and it's certainly relevant to a manufacturing a facility, which we certainly are. But I also like the fact that this can be done with minimal visits on site. During COVID-19, we've seen many capital projects that have been paused, slowed, or even canceled altogether. So this would truly allow them to get back on track so we can finish those projects out. So I think it is great and it's innovative, and looking forward to learning more.
Great. And what I really wanted to share, again, pulling at my heartstrings with love of technology, is making the technology very specific for grand need of a major corporation, like who needs this type of engineering. But what's interesting is understanding your technology is very complex in terms of what the drone is doing, the technology and the AI and all of that. But yet you made it so seamless and easy to understand that someone who maybe doesn't buy this service, or maybe this is new, it makes it very applicable and very easy to integrate in. So great job, great job.
Thank you, Pam, and thank you, Valdez Engineering.
Of course, and thank you, judges, for all of your time.
And next we have Jennifer with Wet Cement.
Please welcome top innovator, Wet Cement.
Does your team have what it takes to thrive in our new reality? Could they use help overcoming imposter syndrome? That feeling of being a fake fraud, or that you're going to be found out. Presenting with power virtually. Staying connected and networking in the new normal while filling up their karma jar. Or empowering diverse leaders. If your answer is yes to any of these, Wet Cement is here to help unlock fearlessness to accelerate innovation, inclusivity, and growth. Our full-service turnkey approach combines consulting, training, coaching, and communications, and is unlike anything out there. And here's why. We start with data-driven insights, including our original research with behavioral scientists from Wharton on fearlessness at work and how that differs by gender. We measure where your team is today, compare that against their peers, and build a roadmap that aligns with your vision. Our workshops are packed with actionable exercises and the latest data visualization and polling technology, and we bring even games into it to make it engaging and fun. Our one-on-one coaching provides feedback across 40 points, and our methodology was developed over 20 years, driving innovation and women's leadership initiatives in digital health at companies like WebMD, Medscape, Yahoo, and AOL. Our Advanced Women at Work advisory practice is more important now than ever since the pandemic has impacted gender equality. We design and deploy empowerment programs for women and modern leader training for men in the US, UK, and Japan. For example, for the DPAA, we created their Women's Leadership Initiative. We serve as their gender equality expert. We've trained more than 1,500 members on topics including innovation through inclusivity, negotiating, networking, self-advocacy, and confident communications. And we create all of their communications and their content to support their mission. Probably why their CEO says that we've provided tremendous value and community for their 150 member companies around the world. We're also proud to work with companies like J&J, Walmart, and eBay, and to be one of only 50 companies in the US that's both Adobe and a Weebie. And what we do works. Participants report feeling 22% more confident after just one workshop. So let's get started unlocking fearlessness for your team.
Thank you, Jennifer and Wet Cement. Let's go to the judges. Monica.
Thank you, Randu. Jennifer, thank you very much for sharing your work and what your team has done. I mean, first, as somebody who also does innovation and really bringing people together intimately during this virtual time, you are hitting the nail and talking about how we connect and actually bringing tangible tools like physical games. I love that you actually pulled out and sharing visuals, examples of how you were doing previously before COVID and now doing during this time. And so just wanted to extend that appreciation of, tackling the problem, listening to what your customers are needing and bringing concrete solutions in an innovative way. And so appreciated that and look forward to seeing how we integrate more in that in all these spaces as we connect in a different way.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you, Monica. I'll jump in as well, Jennifer. I think, clearly, a great video, polished presenter. And I think what that also demonstrates from a brand perspective is that what you are looking to help train and teach and coach, you're embodying that. So certainly appreciate that because I think it follows on brand. I also think building, leadership skills and building the next generation of leaders within an organization and within teams is paramount, particularly in this environment of disconnect or the perceived disconnect. Typically, when we're learning from being in proximity or being close and having connections with individuals. And now we're in this virtual environment. We can lose that if particularly if that's your style and you need that kind of, one-on-one direct interaction and being around others that embody what you want to be or how you want to project on your career. So I think certainly, this pivot to engaging virtually is paramount. And if I look back at all of the new colleagues that BMS have hired over the last 6 months in this virtual environment, trying to connect with them is something that we're just trying to streamline and make as efficient and proficient at it as possible. So certainly appreciate that you're taking this on because again, I mentioned this earlier, we're going to be in this environment for quite some time. And any of these opportunities to pivot and connect and grow are going to be greatly appreciated. So thank you.
Great. And just to add on to that, Jennifer, what I really appreciated and really in all pitches that proved to me that it works. And you did that by showing us those visuals of training, particularly with women and African-American women. It really shows me that it works and you know the exact direction that you need to take life sciences. Thank you.
Just one last comment, Randu, and that is how many of us go to an event and we hear something, we listen to it, and then a week later it's completely forgotten. So Jennifer, bringing in those tactical items, those where we're engaging instead of just listening heads, I think that's absolutely spot on, especially as many have mentioned in this new type normal. And I would also say that when we get out of this, I believe a lot of the things that you brought during this pivot will remain in place. So thank you.
Thank you, JT, and thank you, Jennifer. Now this concludes our top 8 innovators. Thank you very much for your participation. The judges are going to deliberate and come right back. A simple reminder, folks, if you have questions, please post them now. We're going to try to get to as many as we can, but our innovators are waiting to answer them. Thank you very much.
Hello again, friends. Take a full breath in together, fill up. Exhale, release any tension. Inhale, mountain pose right away. Sweep your arms up and overhead. Tuck in through your outer hip creases. Knit in your rib cage. Exhale, side body stretch to the right. Press down through your right palm. Lift your left palm up and overhead. Press even weight in both feet. Feel a beautiful stretch in your side body. Option to gaze up or down. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, side body stretch to the left, half moon pose. Keep your shoulders and hips in alignment. Reach up and out of your right side hip point stretch. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Release down towards your space. Soft bend in your knee. Let your head hang heavy. Inhale, halfway lift. Press your palms into your shins. Breathe here. Allow the back line of your body to activate to lift you higher. Feel the stretch in your hamstrings. Full breath in. Exhale, squat, tuck and curl. Tent your fingertips on the mat. Lift high onto your toes. And then balance here. Maybe you draw your chin into your chest to stretch the back line of your body. Breathe into that space in your feet, your fascia. Allow yourself to feel good here. Exhale, release. Let it go.
Welcome back. Our judges, I will say this, it gets tougher and tougher each and every single year. But that is because we have such great innovators. And before we take our top 8 and announce the top 3, I want to remind everyone of what is at stake. Our winners will receive, for first place, a full scholarship to Tuck School of Business in 2021. That value is $10,000. Round trip airfare sponsored by ICE Safety Solutions. An opportunity in the 2021 to pitch to the Helix Group, a part of the DA4S, and that consists of over 20 pharmaceutical and healthcare related companies. A 6-month mentorship program with member companies of the DA4S. A return as a 2021 judge in the 8th at Innovate. Second place, It's $2,500 in cash, an opportunity to pitch to the Helix Group as well, a 6-month mentorship with a DA Forest member company, and sponsored by Innovators Box and Monica Kang, 1-hour executive coaching session. Third place, $1,500 in cash, opportunity to participate in the pitch competition with the Helix Group, 6-month mentorship program with one of the DA Forest member companies, and a 1-hour executive coaching session with, again, Monica Kang of Innovators Box. The other 5 will receive a $100 Amazon gift card. And I will say this to each and every person out there that wishes to participate, the prize is not only elevated, but the game is elevated. So make sure next year in 2021, get your applications in and join the innovative party. So now, without further ado, let's announce the winners. Virtual drum roll. Thank you. So, in third place, Inspired Health.
Oh.
In second place, Valdez Engineering. And in first place, the 2020 8 That Innovate winner is Insight. Congratulations to all of our participants, particularly congratulations to all of our finalists. And make sure that when you're out there and you want to participate next year, get your applications in. And before I bring our judges back in for a round of applause, because I certainly have to thank them, particularly our friend Mayank for being across the pond and being a part of this conference virtually in the different time zone. Round of applause for all of our judges. Special shout out to all of our member corporations and our diverse suppliers that sponsored the prizes. So that's ICE Safety, that's Monica Kang in the Innovators Box, that's JT and Medtronics, that's Cam and Sherry at Novartis, and it's Bristol Myers Squibb. Thank you all for your participation and your generous donations of prizes. And as you can see, even virtually, we had a great competition. Our participants get better and better each and every year. The competition gets stronger each and every year. We love seeing the innovation that comes out in the healthcare space, and it provides a platform for our corporate members to identify goods and services to share internally. We hope that this has inspired other diverse suppliers. And remember, stay safe and support each other. So I'm going to bring our 3 judges, or 6 judges rather, back into the fold. And here's some final words. Thanks again for everyone for participating. And I certainly want to thank our judges. And I want to open the floor up to final parting comments from those fabulous judges. We'll start with Mayank.
Rondo, it was my pleasure to basically judge the final 8 pitches. You know, we in the UK run our innovation challenge for the last 4 years, and we know how tough it is. But also, this is an opportunity to get some great ideas that the industry needs. And I always say that, supplier diversity, one of the best things that happens is that we have people from different backgrounds, different gender, and when we have that mix, we get the best ideas. And I think this competition just showed us how much our minority businesses, women-owned businesses are pivoting and contributing to driving innovation in the industry. So I just really enjoyed, and I look forward to coming back again next year.
Thank you, Mayank, and we'll be happy to have you back, my friend. We'll go to JT.
Thank you so much. It has been my pleasure to really be a part of this and see such innovation that's coming through with these wonderful, wonderful suppliers. So again, what a terrific job all of you have done, and certainly I wouldn't be remiss to say hats off to the DA4S team for really putting this together. We know there are a lot of advocacy organizations out there, but what you're doing here, oh, it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you, JT. We'll bring in Cam.
Thanks, Randu. It was an absolute pleasure being a part of this year. On behalf of myself and Novartis, thank you for including me in this event. You know, diversity in life sciences is incredibly important to us within our organization, and it's been a passion of mine since I joined the ranks of procurement. The judging this year, as I had seen the entries last year as an outsider, being a judge this year was incredibly challenging because all of the submissions were great productions, super creative, and brought a lot of new thinking to this crazy world. So thanks for letting me be a part of it. And again, I really appreciate all the effort that went into it from all the suppliers.
Thank you, Cam. I appreciate that. And as we get into our last two judges, one thing that I will ask the judges, Monica, I'll ask you to go next, but being a prior judge from last year, I would love to have your closing remarks, but more importantly, why do you think the top three made it to where they are?
So thank you for having me back. This has been a pleasure and an honor, especially to be firsthand witness and hear the pitches and the impact you're all creating. As everyone has echoed, this was extremely hard. I think it gets harder each year for a very good reason. You guys are solving real problems and having real solutions. And so one thing that I think stood out to all of us, even though it was very difficult, was just how it was very clear in your creativity, your innovation, and your production, as well as just you were actually listening to the audience. What does life science and pharma industry need? You communicated that crystal clear, and you also showed how you were changing. And despite COVID and being where we are right now, where many could feel like, well, I don't know what we can do, I'm going to just figure out and do basic things, you actually took the extra step to say, yes, and let's think of an outside of the box thinking and just think differently, because we're here for the long run and we need a solution that thinks long term. So congratulations again. As a fellow entrepreneur, I was super excited and honored to hear the amazing work you're all doing. And thank you for serving the community in all you do to creating change. So thank you.
Thank you, Monica. And Pam, being last year's winner, certainly would love to hear your perspective. That you've gone through the process. So any parting words of wisdom for our three finalists, and why do you think they made it to the top three?
Great. Well, thank you so much. Thank you to DA4S and all the corporate sponsors for allowing me to be here. I want to say a heart to heart to the top three is congratulations. I've been up all night writing those pitches and practicing and getting people to help you. What you did, I could easily see 40 to 60 hours of work just put into each of those pitches. So congratulations. But what really made the difference is we're looking for innovation, we're looking for creativity, and we're looking for production value as well. And each of you displayed each of those things. Please know you were able not just to say what your innovation can do, but you proved it to us. And that is really important when you pitch, is you pitched not from your perspective about how great your innovation is, but you pitched to the actual need of what these life science companies are looking for. So always remember that going forward, that it's not about you, it's about who you're serving with that innovation. So continue to do that, continue to jumpstart. And I'll tell you, that pitch that I did, I still continue to use that pitch and refine it into the next year. And I'm just so excited, the number of life science companies that actually bought my product and service, and how the innovation from last year is playing into COVID-19, because virtual reality is really here to stay. So again, congratulations to everyone.
Thank you, Pam. Certainly appreciate it. And now what we'll do is we'll hear from the top 3 winners. So we'll start off with Inspired Health.
Hi, I'm Diane Bryson. I am thrilled to be here. And I can't be here. I wouldn't be here without my partners, Jessica Gaffney and David Schmidt. We did spend that time to work on this pitch and put together a production that we hoped you were happy with. And Sherry also gave us some really great feedback from to take us from the 1-minute pitch over to the 3-minute pitch. But thank you. We know how hard we were working, but I can't imagine how hard the DA4S team had to work with 8 of us. Asking all the questions and going crazy with the time crunch. So thank you so much for this acknowledgement. It makes all that work that we put into it worth it.
Thank you so much. Certainly appreciate it and appreciate the work you put in. Next, we'll go to Valdez Engineering.
This is Jillian Garcia with Valdez Engineering Company. And on behalf of Valdez, I just want to say thank you very much to Diversity Alliance for Science. It's been a great experience. When I first received the email, I said, we have to do this. And so I turned to various members of my team, and it was really a great experience and a good team building activity, actually. I got to work with people I normally don't work with and get everything pulled together. And it was a big commitment, but it was also a really great learning experience and a great opportunity to be with your team and learn about them as well. So I really appreciate it, and we'd love to share our team and our ability to work with all of you. So if you have any needs in the engineering services and project management area, we'd love to bring our innovative technical solutions to you and help you out.
Thank you so much. And we'll turn it over to Insight.
Thank you. I am just so thrilled, and I have to echo the comments from the other finalists. And an extra shout out to Dee and everyone behind the scenes at DA4S and all of you judges, because this is volunteer time on your part, and everyone in this association. So I've learned so much, and it was such a wonderful opportunity. So I thank you very much.
Thank you all. Thank you all. And certainly appreciate, again, the time you put in. And you know how they have those infomercials, right? But wait, there's more. We have a little something extra to have spread the icing on the cake, if you will. And that each of you top 3 winners will be meeting with one of the corporations that are on this phone, on this WebEx right now. So certainly want to get you in for one-on-one matchmaker meetings, whether it's going to be with the supply diversity team or the business stakeholders. We'd like to invite you in. We want to honor the work you put in, make sure we show that appreciation. But again, as many of the judges already mentioned, you're solving for real world problems, and we want to be able to understand in depth what they can do for our respective organizations. So thank you again, and add that to the earnings out of this pitch competition. And as we close out, I certainly want to thank Dee behind the scenes. I want to thank the production crew, and I want to thank the DA4S family, because at the end of the day, in this virtual environment, what I've witnessed very firsthand is that we are stronger and better together. So let's close out 2020 and move into 2021, holding each other up and doing the best we can to make this world a better place. Thank you very much. And until next time, we'll see you soon. Thank you.